Hey, you guys, welcome back to Ramon at Home. I'm so excited you're here today because in today's video, we're going to put together a beautiful arrangement for outdoors. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to move my pot over to this side because I want to work. I always work on my right hand side, so it is so important for me to get all my utensils and my tools all at the ready. Okay, so what I was going to tell you is that we're going to do a planter for outside. It's going to be super simple. This is something that you can put on your porch and your outdoors covered porch or just outside by your front door. So I'm gonna start by telling you that I dropped a Lumi dish with some foam already taped on it, and this fits perfectly inside of my urn. This urn, you guys, I have had for a few years, and so I'm going to use that. Now, what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to add some greenery to it, and I want just a little bit of greenery because I'm going to make the flowers really be the stars of the show. So I'm going to go, remember, what happens on the right happens on the left. What goes up must come down, and I want all of this greenery to be basically at the rim of the mouth of my container. And I'm going to continue to spin a little bit so I can do this. And remember, immediately go to the other side when you poke something, and then continue to poke as you go like this. And I'm going to add a few to the top, even though you most likely probably won't see it, but in case they do, we're going to do like a little peekaboo. So just remember to continue to go all the way around. I'm gonna try and cover my perimeter of my container so that way there's kind of like a color of greenery on the bottom. All right, so far that's what it looks like. It looks cute, it's super adorable. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my orb and I'll be right back with you. All right, you guys, so I am back, and I have this orb that I purchased a few years ago from a store called Nail Hills in Kansas. However, Shinoda Design Center does carry them, so you can give them a call and they'd be more than glad to help you. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna take these two from the top. I'm gonna sit my orb right here. Now this is the one that moves, so actually I'm gonna put that one down to the bottom. Perfect. So we're going to shape our orb, and so I'm gonna introduce some greeneries right next to it to kind of hold it in place. But the other thing that you could do is this. I'm gonna share with you. So there's my orb, and so I have some clips already made that I used during Christmas, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert them. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna cut them a little bit shorter. I don't wanna poke all the way through it. So for that, I'm gonna bring my wire cutters and I'm going to poke it probably about this much. So you basically just make a nest hook, and then you're going to go in and secure that orb right in place. I'm gonna do one more because we don't want it to be like swirling around on the container. This is a really cute look for spring, you guys. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to place my orb and secure in place. I'm gonna once again fold this guy. I'm gonna go on the 4 points of the orb. And so now she's not going to move anywhere. All right, so this would be a really good look for your outdoors, like I said. And so what I'm going to start is by adding some of the taller pieces, but I'm going to cut some of it. I'm gonna start with the tallest one right here in the middle. And I'm going to go all the way down like that. Let me see, I have another one right here. And remember to go all the way from the top, and you can always put your hand through it. And as you guys can see, I'm gonna start swirling around. Now I wanna make sure that I have the tallest ones. These are some flowers I already had laying around from past projects. And so I figured that we could do something fun with them, right? Okay, so that is going to be the top. So now we have to start staggering down. And for me to do that, I'm gonna go through my orb right here, and I'm going to go like this. And then immediately I'm going to move on to the other side. I'm gonna grab one of these ones right here. This one I'm gonna cut into two. Now this flower is from Walmart, so you can definitely find this guy at your Walmart store. I try to use some inexpensive material sometimes in order to, well, to make it a little bit more affordable, you know, because at the end of the day, these are seasonal decorating, and I'm always telling you to keep your arrangements affordable so that way we can save that money for Christmas, you guys, because Christmas is when I like to go a little bit more crazy. Okay, I'm gonna go around and I'm gonna go through here, and remember at this point we're gonna start staggering them down. Look how pretty. I absolutely love this flower color. The yellow to me is so beautiful. It just reminds me of spring. I remember when I lived in the Midwest, one of my favorite things was springtime, when you see all of these beautiful blooms just pop up from the ground. That meant the spring really was on the way, right? So I'm gonna put another one right here, like that. And don't be afraid to really poke through your orb, like that. All right, so I'm gonna continue going around. This is a garden style. Look at this. I'm gonna start introducing this other flower that has some really pretty bloom, and I'm gonna bring it over to this side. Now, like I said, this would be so pretty outside on the patio, on the porch, because it really screams springtime has arrived. So I'm gonna go over to the side. Look how easy it is, you guys, and all you have to do is continue to stagger out towards the edge of the container and just keep going until you are satisfied. I'm gonna put another one up here through the top. And one of my favorite sounds, you guys, is when that foam really gets poked by the flowers. I just love it because that means that like the flower really went in. But what I was telling you is I lived in Kansas, and one of my favorite things was to see the beautiful yellow flower pop from the ground, and I just love it because it meant the spring was on the way. By that time you're so tired of the snow, and I'm so sure there's so many of you who lived in the Midwest and who lived in parts of the country where it snows are just so ready for some spring signs. The spring is on the way, and now with the time change, well, we really are ready, you know, to be outdoors and to celebrate outdoors, and I just love that about the Midwest, and I miss it, you guys. To be honest, I miss it. All right, so I don't know if you've noticed, but what I'm doing is I continue to go around. This one doesn't want to go in on the foam. I don't know why. There might be a tape on there. Oh, there you go. And I just continue to spin it around because that's what's going to give it balance. And so, like I said, I want it to go all the way around, all the way around. These are tall ones, so I'm gonna put it right here on the top. All of the tall ones I like to put on the top, like even this one right here, so it looks fuller on the top right here. Now you might say, well, Ramon, what was the point of putting that orb in there, right? But you really do see it, and it makes it more like a garden style arrangement when you have all of those architectural features just poking through your arrangement. All right, let's see, where else do I need? Okay, I think I'm gonna stop right here. Let me see if I have a few little ones, because I do feel like these edges do need a few, like this right here. Then I have these ones right here that I love. This is more like a spring flower, so I'm gonna make sure that I poke those all the way in the middle, like so. Oh my gosh, it's hard sometimes when you're there you go, when you're poking. I'm gonna do a few of these taller ones to kind of give it height. And then also you want to make sure that you poke at an angle, so that way they start to fan out like this. All right, there's one last element that I want to add to this arrangement. I'm gonna grab it and I'll be right back with you. Keep watching. All right, so I am back, you guys, and the last element I want to add, it's some of these beautiful David Christopher's, let me grab my glasses because I cannot see that little letter. It says budding wisteria branch. So if you go to davidchristopher's.com, you can get 10% off by using the code Ramon10. You can get some of this budding wisteria branch. And all you have to do is open it like this. Look at all these beautiful flowers that's in it. I'm gonna have to cut a little bit of it because I feel like it will be too tall. But look, this is what's gonna give it that branchy feel and look to it. It's more natural, and so I'm gonna go right here through the middle, and I'm going to add two, but once again, I'm going to go ahead and add them at an angle, like that. So there's one, then I'm gonna swirl it around, and then I'm gonna cut a little bit more of this one, because when you stagger them, you have to make sure that you cut at an angle to make sure that that's going to really poke through. Now, what I like about this beautiful branch is all of these twigs. It just looks so natural, and I absolutely love it. And this flower, it almost also reminds me of a Veronica, one of my favorite spring flowers to work with when I'm working with fresh flowers. Okay, so every single thing is wired, you guys. All those little foliages, everything. So I went, remember what happens on the right happens on the left. So now I'm gonna go through here and I'm going to add this other one right here. And remember to add at an angle, and I'm trying to see, you know, that I'm going through the foam like that. And so just like that, you got yourself a beautiful spring arrangement. You could do a bow if you wanted to, but I really do think that all of these beautiful yellow flowers just add so much to your arrangement. And I just love how grand and how springy this is. This also would be so beautiful in a mantle. It was super easy to make with just a few branches of this beautiful yellow flower. The combination of all of these elements really does create that spring feel, and I really hope that you enjoy it. If you do, be sure to give it a thumbs up and be sure to check out more videos here at Ramon at Home. Thank you guys so much for watching. Consider subscribing, and until next time, bye.